Is your engine making that low rumbling growl it never used to make? Does it feel sluggish off the line, burn more oil between changes, or idle rough at red lights? Maybe you've already done the basics. Fresh oil, new filter, clean air filter. And still, something feels off. Here's the truth that most mechanics won't tell you at the quick lube counter. The problem isn't always what you're putting in. Sometimes it's what's been sitting inside your engine for years, baked onto every surface, clogging every passage, silently strangling your performance from the inside out. That's where an engine oil flush comes in. And by the end of this guide, you're going to understand exactly what it is, how it works, when you need it, and the one secret step at the very end that almost nobody talks about. The step that separates a good flush from a great one. Let's get into it. Number 9. Understand what an engine oil flush actually does. Before you pour anything into your engine, you need to know what you're dealing with. An engine oil flush is not a gimmick. It's not a magic potion sold by some guy in a trench coat at the auto parts store. It is a legitimate engine cleaning process designed to remove sludge, varnish, carbon deposits, and old oil residue that accumulates inside your engine over thousands of miles of driving. Think about what happens to oil over time. Fresh oil is golden, clean, and full of additives that protect metal surfaces, reduce friction, and carry heat away from critical components. But after 5,000, 10,000, or 15,000 miles, that same oil has absorbed metal particles, combustion byproducts, moisture, and contaminants. The additives break down, the oil thickens, and even after you drain it during an oil change, a significant portion of that old, degraded oil clings to the inside of your engine. In the oil pan, on the valve train, in the oil passages, around the piston rings. Every new batch of clean oil you pour in gets instantly contaminated by what's already there. It's like washing a dirty glass and then filling it with clean water. The water is still going to taste like the old residue. An oil flush cleans the glass first. It breaks down and suspends all of that old sludge so it can be drained out completely, leaving your engine truly clean before fresh oil goes in. The result? Better oil circulation, reduced engine noise, improved compression, better fuel economy, and an engine that feels noticeably smoother and more responsive. Not like a brand new engine, but closer than you'd believe. Number 8. Know if your engine actually needs a flush. Here's the thing. Not every engine needs an oil flush, and doing one on the wrong engine at the wrong time can actually cause problems. So before you reach for that flush bottle, run through this quick checklist. First, check your oil. Pull the dipstick and look at what's on it. If the oil is black as tar and thick, almost like molasses, that's sludge. That's your engine telling you it's been neglected. If the oil looks milky or has a frothy texture, that's coolant contamination, a sign of a head gasket issue. But if your oil is just dark brown and a little gritty, that's normal aging, and a flush at your next oil change is an excellent idea. Second, listen to your engine at startup. Do you hear a ticking or rattling sound for the first few seconds after you start it cold? That's called oil starvation on cold start, and it often means your oil passages are partially blocked with old deposits. A flush can help clear those passages and restore proper oil pressure. Third, check your oil pressure gauge. Low oil pressure, at idle, especially when the engine is warm, is a major warning sign. Sometimes this is a failing oil pump, but just as often it's a blocked oil pickup screen. A screen at the bottom of your oil pan that pulls oil up to the pump. Sludge is the #1 reason that screen gets clogged. Fourth, think about the history of the vehicle. Did you buy it used with no idea when the last oil change was? Has it sat for a long time without being driven? All of these scenarios accelerate sludge buildup. An oil flush is cheap insurance when the history is unknown. Number 7. Choose the right flush product. Walk into any auto parts store, and you'll see shelves lined with engine flush products. Prices range from $5 to $50, and the claims on every bottle sound incredible. So how do you choose? First, stick with reputable brands. Names like Liquimoli, BG Products, Motorcraft, Seafoam, and Wins have been around for decades and have a track record in the industry. Avoid no-name products from overseas with 0 reviews and bold promises. In this category, Brand reputation genuinely matters. Second, understand the two types of flush products. The first type is an engine flush concentrate. You pour it into your existing old oil, run the engine for 10 to 15 minutes, then drain everything out together. The second type is a professional pressurized flush. A shop uses special equipment to push a cleaning solvent through your entire oil system under controlled conditions. This is more thorough and is particularly effective for heavily sludged engines. Third, match the product to your engine's condition. For mild maintenance flushing, a mild concentrate like Seafoam or Liqui Moly works perfectly. For moderate to heavy sludge buildup, a stronger formulation like BGEPR Engine Performance Restoration is worth the extra investment. Fourth, avoid harsh, solvent-heavy flush products if your engine has high mileage. Aggressive chemical flushes can sometimes cause old, hardened seals to leak if they've been relying on sludge buildup to keep them in place. In high-mileage engines, a gentler approach is the smarter move. Number 6. Prepare your engine before the flush. This step gets skipped constantly, and it sets the stage for everything that follows. Proper preparation is what separates a successful flush from a messy, ineffective one. Start by warming up your engine. Drive the car for 10 to 15 minutes before doing the flush. Warm oil flows better, circulates more freely, and carries contaminants out more efficiently than cold, thick oil. A cold flush is a half-hearted flush. Don't do it. Next, check your current oil level on the dipstick. If it's already low, you may have a consumption issue that needs to be addressed separately. A flush in an engine that's low on oil can cause problems because the flush dilutes what little oil is there, potentially reducing lubrication below safe levels. Top it off if needed before proceeding. Then, gather your supplies. You'll need the flush concentrate, a fresh oil filter, enough new engine oil for a full fill, an oil drain pan, a funnel, and a clean rag. Do not plan to reuse your old oil filter after a flush. The whole point is to get rid of the old contamination, and your old filter is saturated with it. Fresh filter is non-negotiable. Number 5. Perform the flush the right way. Now we get into the actual process, and precision here matters. Done correctly, a flush is straightforward. Done carelessly, it can stress your engine unnecessarily. With your warm engine turned off, open the oil filler cap, the one on top of the valve cover, and pour the flush concentrate directly in. Use the full bottle as directed on the product instructions. Replace the cap. Start the engine and let it idle. Do not rev it. Do not drive it. Just let it idle at normal speed for the time specified on the product label, usually between 5 and 15 minutes. During this time, the flush solution is circulating through your entire oil system, dissolving varnish deposits, breaking up sludge, freeing stuck piston rings, and suspending all of that contamination so it can be drained away. You may notice the engine sounds slightly different during this time, perhaps a little more noisy or raspy. That's normal. It's the old sludge being disturbed and moved. Do not panic. Do not shut it off prematurely. When the time is up, shut the engine off. Now drain the oil immediately while everything is warm and fully suspended. Place your drain pan, remove the drain plug, and let it drain completely. You may be shocked by how dark and thick what comes out looks, especially if the engine hasn't been properly maintained. That darkness is exactly what you're removing. While the oil drains, remove and discard the old oil filter. Once everything is drained, reinstall the drain plug, install your fresh oil filter, and pour in your new engine oil. Start the engine and let it warm up again. Check for leaks around the drain plug and filter. Check the oil level and top off if needed. Number 4. Address the oil pickup screen. This is the step almost every video and every article skips, and it might be the most important one for severely neglected engines. Inside your oil pan sits a small mesh screen called the oil pickup tube screen or oil strainer. Its job is to filter out large particles before oil reaches the oil pump. When sludge builds up heavily, this screen gets clogged. A flush concentrate will help dissolve some of this buildup and carry it out with the drain oil. But in very badly neglected engines, the screen can be packed so tightly that a flush alone won't clear it. In those cases, dropping the oil pan and manually cleaning the pickup screen is the right move. You'll need a new oil pan gasket, the patience to remove all the bolts, and a clean work surface. But what you gain is full confidence that your oil pump is drawing clean, unrestricted oil every time the engine runs. If your oil pressure has been low and a flush didn't fully fix it, this is your next diagnostic step. Number 3. Follow up with the right oil and additive. A flush is only as good as what you put in afterward. Engines with tight tolerances, using the wrong viscosity, can actually restrict oil flow and cause the exact oil starvation you were trying to cure. After the flush and fresh oil fill, consider adding a quality engine oil treatment, not a thick, heavy-bodied additive, but a clean chemistry-based product like Liqui Moly Ceratec or Arcoil AR9100. These products contain friction modifier compounds that coat metal surfaces with a micro-thin protective layer, reducing metal-to-metal contact and extending engine life well beyond what oil alone can offer. Number 2. Change the oil again, sooner than usual. This tip sounds counterintuitive but is absolutely essential. After your first oil change post-flush, plan to change the oil again at half the normal interval. So if your car normally goes 7,500 miles between changes, change it at 3,500 to 4,000 miles this time. Even with a thorough flush, some loosened deposits and contaminants remain in the oil system. They don't disappear, they get suspended in your new oil. Over the first few thousand miles, your fresh synthetic oil continues to clean and carry away those remaining particles. By changing the oil early, you remove that second wave of contamination before it can accumulate. Skipping this step means you're leaving a secondary load of loosened sludge to recirculate indefinitely. That defeats much of what the flush accomplished. Consider this second change a finishing rinse. After it's done, you can resume your normal oil change interval with full confidence that your engine is truly clean inside. Number 1. The secret step. Nobody mentions the post-flush compression check. And now we arrive at the one detail that most mechanics don't mention. The piece of the puzzle that turns a routine maintenance job into a complete engine health assessment. After your flush, after your fresh oil is in, and after a week of normal driving, do a compression test. Here's why this matters. One of the most powerful benefits of a thorough engine oil flush is the freeing of stuck or gummed-up piston rings. Piston rings seat against the cylinder wall and are responsible for sealing combustion pressure inside the cylinder. When they get caked with carbon and varnish, they can't flex and seal properly. That leads to compression loss, blow-by gases entering the crankcase, oil consumption, and reduced power. A good flush can free those rings over the course of several hundred miles, and a compression test before and after will actually show you the difference in numbers. You may find cylinders that were reading 145 psi before the flush now read 160 or 165 psi after. That's real, measurable power recovery. That's not marketing language. That's physics. A basic compression tester costs under $30 at any auto parts store. The test takes 15 minutes, and the data it gives you is invaluable. It tells you whether the flush made a real difference in your engine's mechanical health. It also tells you if there are deeper problems. A cylinder that stays consistently low even after a flush may have a worn ring, a damaged valve seat, or a head gasket issue that needs professional attention. The compression test is your engine's report card. An engine oil flush is not a miracle cure, and it's not something every engine needs every year. But for engines with unknown history, long oil change intervals, lots of short trip driving, or that telltale rough idle and low oil pressure at startup, it is one of the most cost-effective performance restoration steps you can take. The complete process: warming the engine, adding the right flush product, draining thoroughly, installing a fresh filter, filling with quality full synthetic oil, following up early with a second oil change, and finishing with a compression test, is something any motivated car owner can do in an afternoon. Total cost is somewhere between $60 and $120 depending on the oil you choose and the flush product you use. Compare that to the cost of a seized engine, a scored cylinder wall, or a sludged-up valve train requiring a full teardown. Your engine works harder than you realize. Every mile, thousands of metal components are spinning, sliding, and firing in a controlled explosion dozens of times per second. The least it deserves is clean oil and clean passages to carry it. And it won't just run, it'll run like new. An engine oil flush helps remove sludge and deposits from inside the engine. It's useful when maintenance has been neglected or the engine is dirty. Not always necessary, especially for well-maintained or high-mileage engines. Regular oil and filter changes are the most effective way to keep an engine healthy. If you enjoyed this, hit like, subscribe, and drop a comment below. Thanks for watching.